Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Crown Experience. We are your hosts. I'm Keisha Kelly.
And I'm Alita. And these are our special table talk guests that,
are trying to be hosts. Sick of the interviews, actually.
We're sick of them trying to sparse us out. I am Nellie.
And I'm Saida. And we are co-hosts.
Well, welcome to our table talks with our co-hosts.
Yes, exactly.
Welcome, ladies. Today we are going to be eating like we normally do. We have a few treats that Alita and I prepared for us, and we will be linking those with pictures and everything within the blog. We have some
Collard green wontons.
yes.
I know she was stuck on that. It was collard green wontons.
We made some aloo chips with saltfish, some shrimp kebabs, chicken kebabs, fruit salad, regular salad, and my favorite is this lovely sangria that I put together right here. That's my jam.
There's going to be some wine involved with Keisha.
And this is an amazing.
They have the fake shit. The
This is a watermelon mojito. Okay?
No heat, so.
No heat.
no hit.
Oh.
But
no spirits in here.
I got all the spirits.
Why do they call it for spirits though?
Because once they get in there, honey.
It's keep the message.
I know, it's like, but this is sangria, so it's made with
Wine.
wine.
And keeping it light today because we have light food, so light drink.
So freaking good. I'm sorry. The food today was like, I'm mad that I don't have like an end on it, but
Glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you. We tried. But anyway, so today we are going to talk about, there was a video of some women that were out eating, and a man came up to them while they were sitting at the table, and he proceeds to, I guess, try to talk to them. And they, were just turning them down, like, no, we're okay, we're good. And it unfortunately escalated to him going to his car and getting a gun.
sorry, why?
And he definitely popped the trunk and shot at them,
Yeah.
And so,
It brought up some shared experiences that we've all experienced as women being out in the public with our male counterparts. I even had a woman when I first moved to Florida. She was a butch, and she approached me at the bus stop in a very aggressive manner. I was like, I'm cool. I'm just taking the bus to go to school.
I just want to go to school.
That's all. You just want an education.
That's all what just happened. So, I guess it's not limited to men, but they seem to be more aggressive to me. It's
With
not
rejection.
With rejection.
With rejection. Yeah, it is. It's a problem with,
Very big.
you're right, being able to accept no.
Yeah.
No really does mean no. And I feel like we've had this conversation before, but I feel like that starts very early. We're teaching children in general, not just boys, but when someone says stop, when someone says no, no means no. My son, when he was younger, he would play with the older kids, and they're like, stop, stop, stop. And I would have to tell him, listen, when someone says stop, that means stop. If someone says no, that's it. It should not go any further.
Right.
Then that's it.
Right.
And I feel like that has to start, I don't care, 2, 3. Some people are like, oh, they're just a baby. No, if someone doesn't want to be bothered, you have to understand that that's it.
Respect their boundaries.
Yes, and that's respecting boundaries. And people have to learn how to do it, and it starts early. It starts early. And I just remember, like, when we were in college, one of our rival colleges, it was a chant that they would do at the basketball games because someone was arrested at the rival college for rape. Yeah. I don't know if it was, but I think it was rape. I don't know. But supposedly she said no, and the guy didn't stop, and so they would chant, "No means no, no means no," like just to rile them up. But that was a reputation they had, like at that school, because of a situation that happened, and that's always stuck with me. So whenever I hear someone say no or stop, it's no. That's it. And I don't care what the situation is. And I think we have to train our kids early. We have to start them off early, with that.
I think 360 with that, right back to beginning. No means no. I used to tell my children, gotta be safe than sorry, no, your ass shouldn't be in certain situations.
True.
Yeah.
Because testosterone levels rise, like even as a parent. Consciously, I have told myself before, do not pop the children. In the heat of the moment, you might spaz or black and still pop the children. Imagine being in a situation and hormones or shooting through the roof.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I categorize rape in certain levels. You got some people that give away pity pussy. You got certain levels of, take or rape or give. The husbands can technically still rape their wife. You understand what I'm saying? So, yes, you can change your mind. Yes. But you need to be careful and understand the seriousness of that, because when you're talking about emotions and stuff, we're not men. So I always have to use it as a woman's point of view. How many times have I not actually wanted to, and I just say, pop my children? No, sometimes I consciously don't want to, and you still get, this is how people fight. This is how things happen. That's called adrenaline. That's called emotions. You understand what I'm saying? This is how you smack a bitch. No, you was not even supposed to smack this bitch. You ended up smacking the bitch. How? You understand what I'm saying? So, we don't get those type of feelings to actually, and then some women do. I know guys that have been raped, and they really never speak about it because it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? But I know, and I used to say, why do you get up? How did that happen?
Automatic.
Well, they was excited, but they was excited, but they ain't want to actually trash. Chicks, they got to the point
Your
where
bodies
they
are created
on top of.
Your bodies are created to respond. That's natural.
Response. And any sex.
People used to be like, "Oh, R. Kelly, I'm a mother. How these parents is dropping them girls off?" Nah,
Absolutely.
Nah. And I'm in the industry.
If you know his,
I'm in the industry. Ain't no way in the world I'm dropping my kids off with no grown-ass men.
Not at all.
Even to work.
Thank you. I don't know. Thank you.
Even to work. Model, singing.
And you know what though? But it doesn't. Here's the thing. 'Cause look, okay, so let's take it back. Because I know what you just said about no. But here's the thing about that is it happens. Women are. I know it happens to men too. Men, the problem is men don't talk about it, and I do know
men don't talk about it.
I know some men that have been raped by males,
by females.
And I do know them, but they don't talk about it. They've shared with me, and but it. I do many. Right, there's a lot. So I think that it just is that number is much lower. But
and
I think
that doesn't accept it the same.
But
it's like you were a man. How did this happen to you?
But I do feel like as women across the board, every woman has been at some point in time sexually harassed.
99.9.
Yes. And I saw some number, and it wasn't even a high number. I wish I could see what it was. I think it was like 76% or 64%. It wasn't as high as I thought it would be. Said they've been sexually harassed. And I'm like, really? Because almost every woman I know has, in some way, shape, or form, either been sexually harassed, molested, raped, or whatever. Something has happened. There's not one woman I know that something has not happened. So when you even said like dropping them off, like even to work, it made me think when I was young and working at a fast food restaurant in high school, one of the managers would go out of his way to touch on us. Like, like put his hands around, instead of saying, excuse me, he would come and move us over or like move past us or it was always just a little uncomfortable. And I remember saying something to the manager over him, and then that's when other females in the business started saying things.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, you know, they were talking to me about something, and they're like, "Are you okay here?" Blah 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 blah. How's work going? I told them, I said, "Listen, I'm uncomfortable with this," and that's when other women at the job said, "Oh yeah, he's also done this to me," or "Yeah, he'll brush past me," or "He rubs up
That was your
against
level
me."
of confidence, because I don't think I was ever that comfortable or confident. And that's the difference, you know, maybe the father passing away when I was young or whatever, so heavy. Not even. But anyway, I didn't even know unless it was something like boldly done.
Mm-hmm.
So I skipped past all of that. It was so normal. The waist moving, the butt touching. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was almost normal.
It was
Something that wasn't
It happened.
a violation.
It happened a lot, right?
It had to be like a bold violation. Like you had to actually try to do something to me.
Right.
And then I knew. I said, no, he was trying to touch me. He was trying to touch me down there. But all of that, like, on the surface stuff,
But
never
Yeah,
even...
see, I've never gotten to the where I would have to tell somebody on someone for doing that. I have spoken to them directly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm all for that he's a piece of shit, know that he's a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
All day long. But I have yet to say that I'm gonna take it one step further and say, you know what, you need to be put on punishment, probation, whatever, for your actions. For me, if you can't man up and stop doing the shit that you're doing, I'm fucking here.
But I think we've taken this conversation to an extreme. Right.
True
And when
that.
I say an extreme, to bring it
From
back.
the original.
From
Right,
the original.
the original.
What happens when you are minding your business?
Right, and that's what it's about.
And you clearly are not putting yourself in any position, and you say no, thank you.
Oh, no,
That
well,
should
you know,
be accepted.
Right, and but that's why
How
I'm
are we
like,
at a point
Yes.
now where
Yes.
it has people
Facts.
are in so much of their feelings that they
Facts.
think it's okay to
Right.
come back. I mean,
Right.
I remember I was in high school. I was sitting in a Taco Bell with a friend of mine, minding my business.
Mhm.
We're talking outside, and these guys roll up, and it was like, I like it when they call me Big Papa, and they go inside, they get their food, and they ask, "Can we get the number?" I'm like, haha,
Yeah.
They go inside. Like, I'm not going out of my way to talk to these guys, right?
Right.
So when they come back out, so you're not gonna give you. You're not gonna give me your number. I'm like, flattered, but thank you. He threw his entire Sprite bottle at me. Like, he opened it up and threw it at me. I mean, that was really something that I could take, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, really? This is what we're doing now? You're a grown ass man.
right.
I'm in high school. He was way older than I was. This is what we're doing.
But it's probably wasn't the first.
Now-
But it probably wasn't the first time he's done something like that.
Probably not.
And the fact that you said high school though.
why was he even trying to talk to you, number one? Number two, people have to understand, this is when mental health matters.
It does, and you're
Because
right.
you
Now,
was
But it's all no, but it's
But
also
now-
not mental health because Homer, she's right. Nellie's right. Because if we think about those, there's been incidents like even I remember being in high school. I think I was like 15. And y'all know I got a big bus. It just is what it is. And I remember it was a group of guys across the street from my house, and they were outside. We were all outside like playing and talking, and like this other group of guys I came and walked up on us, and one of them tried to talk to me, and I was like, "No, I'm okay. No, thank you," or whatever. And he was like, "After you, big titty B," and I was like.
What?
And
What?
he's in high school.
Oh,
So
wait,
here's-
wait,
so
here's
he was
the
young. So that's a learned behavior.
Well,
I'm like, that's
it
a
is
learned
alarming.
behavior.
It's
But it's not always mental health.
That's mental.
but it could be a little bit of both. But the problem that
Because
is
how
happening
could
is
you not have any type of self-control? That's a mental. At some point in time, you got some issues up there.
and I'm not saying
You got
it's
some issues
not,
up there. Because I used to think chicks get that because of the way they're responding. Right?
No, yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, right.
I'm the fake nicest of. I mean, I'm the nicest.
These
The
not right,
nicest.
think nicest.
But I literally didn't shoot the ego down. I'm like, I definitely would but I don't live here. It's going to be a waste of your time. I tried to slow rock him. He was like, bitch, you ain't all that. Boom, boom, boom. I'm saying, oh, fuck. Just happened. Because I just almost thought we was cool for a second. Like, so it's clearly not the way you reject them. But I started thinking to myself, when he spans like that, okay, this is how women get, like, killed, stalked. He's off. He can't be normal upstairs.
That's one guy. Well, no,
He
because
can't
think about
be
this video.
upstairs.
Well, there's a video Keisha and I pulled up. Remember the young girl at the gas station, dressed down to her ankles, full sleeves on, going up to the
Showing no skin.
right, showing no skin, black dress, trying to go pay for her gas, and a group of guys surround her, and they bumping up against her, and yes, it was a group all together. So where's the mental illness there? It's a group there.
Savage. Yeah, that ain't no mental.
Yeah, but it's getting to the point now that it's escalating. We're talking.
Damn.
I will take a Sprite all day long, but now we're getting shot at.
Yeah.
Listen,
Just
when I
recently, 2 months
was
ago.
in high school, I was going from, I had just passed the high school on Wayne Avenue, heading to my cousin's house. Right there by Sligo, a car, 5 boys pull up to jump out of the car to get my number. I didn't want to give it to them, but they was mad aggressive. Guess who I saw on the news that same night for committing a crime and they got arrested? They had killed somebody or
Crazy.
something. I was not going to be the one to be shot because I've had those people threaten me. Not that same group, but because I sometimes my mouth can be smart, so I was trying to curb it. I was trying to curb it, because you never know with these people.
Yeah, you don't.
These days, you gotta be.
But think about that. But no, she said that was 20 years ago. Because think about it, Sprite isn't okay either.
It's not.
It's like,
all.
we can't justify any of it.
It's not
All
that-
of it's wrong.
It's not that I'm justifying, but what I'm saying is, it is now escalated to a completely
Where people are being
different.
shot.
Where people are losing lives.
No, because just
say no, thank
You're
you.
right.
Yeah.
2 months ago, a girlfriend, a guy and his girlfriend, both, it was a boyfriend and girlfriend, on scooters here in Atlanta, and
What?
in April.
Yeah.
It was in April. And so they were in a scooter and they were riding down the street and this car was going by doing cat calls and the boyfriend was like, yo, stop, whatever. And they yelled out the window some explicits and shot the girl in her tibia, shattered her tibia.
What?
She falls off the scooter to the ground. And I remember one of the witnesses was like, she was trying to get to her phone crying for her mother. Like, do you know how, out with her boyfriend on a date on some scooters?
Which is
And that's
that
disrespectful
scares me.
too, because you out with a guy.
the minute you cry for
That
your
scares
mother,
me.
you are probably underage.
She was young, but she wasn't.
Because
But
it
just
doesn't
still,
matter.
no.
That-
She was young, but she was
not.
Meaning that you're still a young,
Yeah.
Yeah,
young
right.
and
She's a young
impressionable.
adult.
Yes.
Because I got girls, like, that bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
That can
bit.
happen. Yes.
Crazy.
Yes,
It's-
even a club, it's happened. One I remember, it was like maybe 2-3 years ago. It was a woman
And
in
then
the
they
club,
wonder why
and
I'm
she
not
showed her
getting
ring.
stressed.
No, but she showed a ring, and the guy followed her out after and shot her in the parking lot because she rejected him. It
But
was
I'm married.
Yes,
Yeah.
she was showing a ring
Damn,
like
I
I
can't
am.
even be respectful to my husband. Like,
Right.
that's not an excuse now
Right,
to reject somebody. Like, this stuff has nothing to do with your ego.
right.
I can't fuck with you.
How about
I'm out.
yesterday? We go to the
Oh yeah.
we
Ooh.
went to
Yes.
the grocery store
Mhm.
to prepare for this.
Mhm.
This
Mhm.
man comes up to me and asked me for my number, and I told him no. I'm happy where I'm at. It's all good. He's like, I could be your sugar daddy.
Oh.
I was like,
Hey.
nah, I'm not looking for no sugar daddy, but thank you.
Mhm.
Didn't stop there.
Mm.
So then he proceeds to tell me, you should let me be your sugar daddy. You'll enjoy these 12 inches.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well,
You know what I used to do in college? I used to tell them that I'm burning. Yes.
they know you have to be lying. Don't nobody say
My
it.
girl told me one time before for stop playing like that because you can catch somebody that got some shit and they're going to rape you because they can feel like they ain't exposing you to nothing. I used to tell them like this shit ain't right, but I will fuck with you. But I have to tell you due to the health department and so on and so forth. I have to explain to you because
But
people would
what would they say? Like,
some guys wouldn't believe me and other guys would be like, oh, I'm cool on that, but I really had a whole pitch for it because, I had an associate of mine who ended up catching HIV from somebody. And they had sent her something that was like, you have to tell, like, everybody that you spoke, like, you have to disclose it or it's now, like,
a felony. It's a
felony,
charge.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
The charge.
you can fuck with me, but I'm not going to jail for messing with you. Like, I have to disclose this to you. I never cared about a roommate. Y'all know my history. I wasn't, I was where I was at anyway. So it didn't matter to me. I was popping them kids out left and right. So what she wasn't doing was burning nothing for the incense. But I used to tell people, like, this ain't right down there.
But the fact that you have to lie, why can't I just be like, no, thank you?
Right.
Why can't
I was
say,
very pleasant
no, thank
yesterday.
you? You were.
That's crazy.
Because it was, he was a big man, and like he walked in, and he walked out after he said, and he was an older man too.
Yes,
he wasn't young. He was older.
Yeah, clearly he can't keep a girl. Obviously, you that old and you bragging about 12 inches.
True.
Something should have told you it doesn't matter.
Fact.
Because somebody should be wanting to call you 12 inches. So
Right.
the ratio 22-1. These chicks is out here getting it. You want to be somebody's sugar daddy? It's
Right.
1,000. You in there like
You're right. No, you're right. You're right.
why are you even talking to me? It's not wrong with you, pop.
You're right. And it is. So,
But no, why can't we just say no?
Right.
Why can't we just be friendly without wanting to mess with you?
Yeah.
Right.
All of
That
that
too.
because that's
That
my
too.
problem all the time. Like, nah, damn.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to smile at you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my
I didn't mean to
husband,
smile.
He used to get
Darn
pissed
it.
at me because he said I used to smile at people too much.
Uh-huh. Guys, let me tell you why guys think like that though. They don't. If not them, they're boys. They know those triggers. They used to get in that trouble too. You too damn friendly. You stay in somebody's face. That's innocent. Nah, guys don't look at it like that. Guys look at it as flirting.
They do.
Guys look at it as she's approachable.
Yeah.
I didn't have friends in the shop be like, I can rock your baby mom, right? I used to be like, are they serious? Like, that was a million years, could they? But that's how they used to think.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I never had a man tell me, but I realized for myself. Like, I would always speak to people, look me in your eyes, smile, hey, nice to meet you. I'm going to talk to you.
Girl.
But when it became more like, then I have to, no thank you, or avoid you, then that's a problem. Like, and I realized that it was because men do read that as something else. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to be this friendly. I gotta scale it back. And
I don't like that, but I understand it.
But that's what started. No, I don't like it, but it's who I am. So I'm going to talk to him, I'm going to smile. But I had to do it for myself because I noticed it was bringing unwanted attention.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, are these men starved for attention? Is there not enough women out here that speak or are friendly? I'm just being friendly because you've spoken. Hello, nice to meet you. Yes, let's talk for a second. That doesn't mean I want anything more, but it would always end up that way.
I have to say it, guard girl. Islamically, it's why the women are not supposed to interact with the men. You don't send any of the mixes, signals, and so on and so forth, because they do have a different way of thinking. So anything outside of your brother, your father, your immediate family, not even cousin. And here, America has, this is, I think, why, because they've made so much stuff acceptable, people feel like they're actually entitled to something. It comes from like a
Entitlement is
spoilment.
crazy.
You know what I mean?
That's
So it's
what-
like, how dare you, or you have to, like,
Right.
I don't,
So they're thinking about the entitlement. It's going to take me down a whole other rabbit hole that we do not have.
okay.
That
But no,
we're
seriously.
going to talk about that
Right.
in another episode.
It-
But
The entitlement.
No, that
and,
is
and
another
so,
episode
you
for it.
know,
That's one of
I
our
used to
topics.
always want to know when I was growing up, like, why my dad made such an issue. I felt like we were such prisoners, because I'm like, I hate just being my brother's life. And it's crazy because I wilded out after my father passed away, and I hung with all my boys. Well, I had all the worst experiences in life after that.
But because, and it is a way
After
to protect
that.
you. It is.
After that.
Mhm.
So I was very sheltered and protected. She traumatized me after, a certain age because I tapped into all the stuff I shouldn't have been tapping into, thinking I was ready for the world. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is a protection. So, here we go again. Prevent to a certain extent. But,
But I think that's twofold. Because why is it always on the women? What are we teaching our sons?
facts.
What are we teaching these
What are they teaching
What
them?
are we
Because they
teaching?
the ones that feel
And that's why I
entitled.
said what I said
I'm
with my
talking
son.
about the entitlement.
I said with
of-
my son is like I try to ingrain no means no or stop means stop, even with playing with his boy cousins or when he used to be little and jumping on their backs and wrestling, little kids are.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to put that there, plant that seed, so that when we have to have that next conversation, it's already there.
Mhm.
Because I know it's a real thing. I know it's serious. There's a lot of people I feel like in jail because they didn't accept stop or no, and this was somebody they knew. And like you said, sometimes it goes far, but the law sees it regardless.
You don't even, this is a whole nother topic. Because first of all, parents don't,
So
you're in a whole total different league right now. Because parents don't parent anymore. They think food and clothes, that's it. We were parented. You understand what I'm saying? It's different.
I know. I teach.
I'm like,
so.
You just fired in the beginning. Tell me why. Like, my kid ain't gonna tell you about nothing. They're beating that they got that they didn't know why. If you got beat for it twice, then shame on you.
Right.
Punished for it twice, then shame on you because you was very clear about why you got punished for it.
Right.
There's no confusion. And you fall into the sucker stuff at some point in time as a parent because you don't want to be mean to your kids. You start feeling like you're being mean. I felt like I didn't discipline my kids for a very long time because I felt bad that their father wasn't there. So I under-disciplined, then they started wilding, and then I over-disciplined. There was really no balance. You know what I mean? Mental, maybe. But anyway.
But it goes back
a lot
to
of these parents aren't parenting, so they're just having these kids. You gotta really be explaining to them or talking to them because even telling them no means no. Now y'all almost need to start breaking down.
No, but that's why I said. But that's why I said the seed I had to plant young, like 2 to 3. Listen, your older cousin just said no. Stop jumping on me. Stop running. Then stop.
But
That's it. When they tell you to stop,
like
but because, like I said, I know.
Jeffrey ass mothers.
Yeah, me,
For really?
no, but me, Keisha, Nella, y'all.
No, you're
So
Say something.